Hi, I'm Tony Joe from Remax Promotion here in lovely Victoria, British Columbia. This is my weekly sales stats report for real estate in Victoria. It's June the 4th right now. But before we begin, I just want to show you our surroundings. Right now, I'm in Royal Bay. I don't know if you can see from the distance actually, but that is a Victoria class submarine that is pulling out into the harbor. I don't really have a great zoom, unfortunately, so I can't really show it to you, but this is just another great example of what Victoria has to offer. This is a great spot, by the way. It's in an area called Colwood. One of the reasons why it is such a great spot as far as views are concerned is because at night you get in the distance the city lights of Victoria, and it's just a great spot. This is also an area where there's going to be a lot of development in the future. It's one of the last spots that's available in the Victoria region for development, and it's going to be a few thousand new housing units in the next couple of years. In fact, I'm going to give you a little pan just to show you what this is all about. So right now, it's really been a gravel business, and up above we have the first phase of the Royal Bay development. But again, like I said, there's going to be so much development here in the next few years, including things like shopping, schools, and all the amenities for people. But again, hopefully you can see in the distance there our submarine. Anyways, getting back to the numbers, we've had 45 sales so far this month. Of course, there's not a lot to report because of the fact that we had a weekend this weekend. The numbers are going to exceed June of 2011 in my estimation. I want to follow up actually on the report that I gave just on Friday, which was our May 2012 wrap-up. I made a comment that sales were good and that it was a good time for sellers because sellers were seeing better offers. I had a couple of colleagues actually and people actually say to me, well, how could you be correct because the listing number was up? We're up to 5,015 listings, as you probably recall, which is quite high. And I have to tell you, the numbers today, so the listing inventory as of this morning dropped to 4,600. And this is common because every month at the beginning of the month, a lot of properties that were on contract end up expiring or coming off the marketplace. So we saw an instant drop from 5,000 to 4,600 just literally overnight. Now the other thing too is that not every property sells. And as much as it's very easy to focus on the inventory and say, hey, the inventory level is very high, must be a great time to buy, that's not necessarily a true picture. You see, the economists can look at the numbers and say, yes, inventory is high, but when you talk to people on the street like me, I can tell you we had 5 offers on properties last week. We've had a lot more phone calls on properties. So consequently, a lot of our properties that have been on the market ended up finding buyers. And you don't get that in a slow market. Now that being said, not every property sells. So there are also a lot of people out there who have been struggling, who have not found their buyers. Unfortunately, they might end up being part of the expiry rate. So the success rate for properties still remains somewhere around the 50% mark. There's only a 1 in 2 chance that a property that lists will actually find a buyer. Anyways, that's my quick little report for today, overlooking lovely Victoria and the inner harbor. And again, looking at the submarine that I think they're doing, they're having a little cruise. The weather's not quite nice enough. But anyways, look forward to seeing you guys this time next week.